Thank you for watching the Shikama Live Show with your host, Shikama. So for those of you who follow me on Facebook, you will know that I talk to the people at 7-Eleven around the corner all the time. So I was trying to tell the 7-Eleven worker about my video about autism and vaccines. And I started out by saying, "Do you have children?" And he said, "Yes, I just had a baby boy." Well, he completely surprised me when I thought I was going to surprise him. He said that his boy was born not just premature, but that his wife was pregnant for only 2 months. I just want that to sink in just for a little bit. It was supposed to have been born this month, and it was born in December. So go ahead and do that math. They fought really hard. The mother breastfed him in the hospital the whole time. They made a very wise decision and said they did not want any hospital formula, any hospital food, or anything like that. So he was in ICU this whole time, and she went and she would breastfeed him all the time. He was born weighing 1 pound. He said when he came out, the baby was approximately this big. 1 pound, this big. He says he now weighs 10 pounds and he's gonna be coming home for the first time sometime this week. Now, I thought that was an amazing story, so I went around the corner to the Jack in the Box, which is they're right next to each other, and I was trying to convey the amazing story to the worker there. I speak to everybody. And that worker said, so when I started the story out and said that worker in 7-Eleven had a baby born premature and the woman was only pregnant for 2 months. And he stopped me and he said, "They lost the baby?" And I said, "No, they did not lose the baby. It was in ICU this whole time." That worker said, "My sister tried to have a baby. It was born premature. She was pregnant for 6 months, and the doctors told them they could do nothing for the baby and could not save the baby, and the baby died." They said that, of course, that the husband is suing the hospital for that. And I said, well, you might want to talk to the couple from 7-Eleven to assist you in that lawsuit, because if they can do it with 2 months of pregnancy, surely 6 months of pregnancy would have been much better. I'm not an expert in any of this, but I know that the 7-Eleven worker said he was fighting for the life of the child at every possible instance. My hat goes off to him and his wife, and I'm very sad about the woman that could not save her baby after being pregnant for 6 months versus the woman who was pregnant for 2 months. It saddens me that people have been tricked into thinking that there is a such thing as an unwanted child or an unplanned child. If you have sexual intercourse today in this reality between a man and a woman, even with the man being snipped or the woman being snipped, it is a very likely possibility that you will have a child. So there is no unplanned child, there is no accidental child, and finally, there is no unwanted child. Just because you don't want the child does not mean that there's not some couple struggling somewhere, crying their hearts out, on their knees praying to save the life of a child that they are trying to have. My stepfather, after my mother divorced him, the woman that he married had miscarriage after miscarriage after miscarriage. She miscarried one baby, she miscarried twins, she had twins again and miscarried them. There are couples all over this world that are crying for a baby, do not abort your child. You can have the child and people will be very, very happy and shower the child with so much love that you will never be missed. Go ahead and have the baby. Stop this abortion. The world is in a negative population growth. You keep hearing this trickery and lying stuff about the people, we are overpopulated and that we're growing into even more overpopulation. It is all a lie. We are not overpopulated now. In fact, this planet with heirloom, organic, natural farming can sustain, and I hate to use that word, 10 times the population that we have right now. Do not let anybody trick you into aborting, killing your unborn child. If you really feel that strongly about it and you are too lazy to go out and find somebody, contact me. I will do my best to try and find you somebody who will adopt your baby. Even if you've already had the baby and you don't want the baby, don't do anything crazy like leave the baby in a dumpster or something like that. If you really are set on it, contact me. I will do I have connections. I have lawyers and doctors at my beck and call. I can really do some stuff. They might not want to hear from me thinking that I need something from them, like financially, like I want to ask for $500,000 or something like that. But I can do something like this and assist you in finding somebody who will adopt your baby. In fact, my aunt used to run and own a foster care with about 20 children, the capability of 20 children. Thank you for watching this show, and I just gave these two examples of how couples are struggling to save the life of their children, of their prenatals, their premature babies. They are struggling. And here's a guy who works at 7-Eleven. He has stuff on the side, but he works at 7-Eleven. And he fought tooth and nail to make sure that this baby stayed alive. If somebody tries to trick you into aborting the baby, just stop for a second and think. There are people who are desperate for a child. Desperate for a child. And even if somebody says, well, you can't even go through the pregnancy, understand that there are people who will assist you during your pregnancy. And I'm not talking about the government. I'm talking about real live people. Thank you for watching the Shikama Show, and I hope nobody watching this video would abort their child. I will put my reputation on the line and I will assist you. That is a promise. Spread this video to anybody you think might be in danger of aborting their child, their unborn child. Thank you for watching the Shikama Live Show.